It's 2 in the morning, the temperature is dropping, and a heavy rainstorm is aggressively battering the outside of your tent. This is the exact moment you find out if you bought the right sleeping bag. When backpackers buy their first sleep system, they filter options based entirely on upfront budget, ignoring the actual climate they plan to hike in. Using price as your primary filter guarantees one of two outcomes. You either carry a pound of unnecessary weight on your back for the next decade, or you spend a long, cold night shivering in compromised gear. This diagram outlines a better approach. Instead of checking the price first, the very first question you have to ask is, how wet does it get where you camp? Choosing between down and synthetic requires a calculated insurance trade-off between pack weight and moisture resilience. In dry to moderate conditions, down insulation is mathematically superior. The tiny, three-dimensional clusters found beneath the outer feathers of geese and ducks trap body heat incredibly efficiently. A premium 800 fill down bag compresses down to match the exact silhouette of a 1-liter water bottle. But a synthetic sleeping bag rated for the same temperature requires roughly twice the packed volume. That extra bulk translates directly to your back. For the same warmth weighting, synthetic bags are 30 to 40% heavier. Down quality is measured by fill power. A higher number, like 800 or 900, means those down clusters have more loft and trap more air per ounce of material. A 20-degree 650 fill bag is exactly as warm as a 20-degree 900 fill bag. The 900 fill bag uses less material and weighs significantly less to achieve that identical rating. Choosing down maximizes your vital pack space and minimizes physical fatigue on long trail days, but you pay a premium upfront financial cost for that luxury. That upfront cost can be a barrier. A quality down sleeping bag often demands $300 or more, which induces immediate sticker shock. This chart tracks the long-term cost per year. Because synthetic fibers break down over repeated compressions, they typically fail after 5 to 10 years, forcing a replacement that spikes your total costs. The down line remains flat. Natural down is highly resilient, allowing a well-maintained bag to retain its full loft for up to 20 years, continuously lowering its cost per year. Reaching that 2-decade lifespan does require careful maintenance, including using down-specific detergent in a front-loading washer and storing the bag uncompressed at home. Synthetic bags are much less demanding to maintain. You can toss them in a washing machine and compress them hard without worrying about permanently damaging the fibers. While picking a synthetic bag keeps an extra $100 in your pocket today, amortizing the cost over your hiking lifetime reveals that a quality down bag is the cheaper long-term investment. But down insulation has one specific physical vulnerability that can ruin a trip: water. When untreated down gets soaked, the microscopic filaments stick together. The clusters collapse and leave you with a flat, wet clump that offers no insulation. Without that loft, the bag loses nearly all of its insulating ability. If temperatures drop near freezing, sleeping in a collapsed wet down bag creates a genuine, dangerous hypothermia risk. This is exactly where synthetic insulation shines. The rigid, engineered polyester fibers serve as a structural defense against moisture. Look at this wet performance comparison. Even when fully submerged in a rainstorm, those synthetic fibers maintain their three-dimensional structure, while down plummets to 10% loft retention. Because it holds its shape, a soaked synthetic bag continues to trap air, allowing it to retain roughly 80% of its baseline warmth. Sleeping in a wet synthetic bag is still a heavy, damp, and highly uncomfortable experience, but it will keep you warm enough to prevent a medical emergency. For hikers who want the weight savings of down without the constant anxiety of a passing rain cloud, there is a modern compromise: hydrophobic down. This technology applies a molecular, durable water repellent coating directly to individual down clusters, forcing incoming water droplets to bead up and roll off the filaments. This treatment repels light moisture and standard tent condensation effectively, preserving your bag's loft and warmth without adding any physical weight to your pack. Upgrading to treated down typically adds $30 to $60 to the final price tag, though it is rapidly becoming standard on premium models. But understand its limits. Treated down only buys you extra time in damp conditions. In sustained heavy rain or full submersion, it will eventually saturate and collapse just like untreated down.
Hydrophobic down is excellent insurance against an unexpected storm in mostly dry climates, but it cannot replace the structural reliability of synthetic insulation in truly wet environments. Translating these technical specs to real-world applications means letting the geography of your primary trips dictate your purchase. Scenario 1. You are backpacking in the desert Southwest. Humidity is low, and the statistical risk of heavy rain soaking your gear is near zero. Down is the uncontested winner here. You get maximum warmth at the absolute minimum weight, with virtually zero downside to worry about.
Scenario 2 moves to a fall trip in the Pacific Northwest, where constant rain, heavy fog, and severe tent condensation make gear saturation almost inevitable. Synthetic insulation is mandatory for these conditions. Even highly treated hydrophobic down will eventually wet out and fail over multiple days of constant exposure. Scenario 3 places you in winter alpine conditions, where overnight temperatures stay well below 0 degrees Fahrenheit. In this extreme cold, precipitation falls exclusively as dry snow, completely removing the threat of soaking rain. A winter-rated synthetic bag capable of handling those temperatures would weigh an unmanageable 4 to 5 pounds, making a lightweight down bag absolutely necessary to keep your total pack weight viable. Abstract spec sheet comparisons don't matter in a vacuum. There is no perfect universal sleeping bag, only the correct bag for your specific environment. Choose down for dry climates and long-term weight savings over miles of trail. Choose synthetic if you expect sustained wet environments, or if you are working with a strictly capped budget under $200. And if your routes take you through a mix of both, upgrading to treated down provides the ideal insurance policy against variable weather. To find the exact right fit for your sleep system, head over to Peak Gear Guide. We have a full breakdown of the data, field-tested top picks for every temperature rating, and a comprehensive gear checklist for your next trip.